Listen, welcome to TFG tonight. I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. Everybody in that place. But once he out of here, guess what? Pop. And all of us coming down. That's why I had to go and talk about Ivanka right quick, because they coming to say on this one.
Oh,
you is,
and you know this is what I love about President Barack Hussein Obama. No matter what, he kept it 100.
I was just going to bring that up.
That's right. Yeah. So listen, if my company told me that I had to do something that I said, man, that's a little, we tripping. I mean, bro, half the country voted for a man that took diversity out of employment. Half the country voted for that man.
Good morning, Australia. Good day, mates, and my mateys, and all you other saints and sinners and friends. Listen, I just want to say I hope you guys are having a banana of a morning. That's an inside joke. I'm just messing. Hey, man, it's good to see everybody, man. I ain't seen y'all in like 7 days. Are y'all excited? When y'all come in and say what's up, hey, and y'all know how we like it. If y'all got a sticker or two, even if y'all got stars on Facebook, man, we for all of it tonight, right? Listen, well, let's just get into the Trumps. How about that? Y'all want to keep up with him? Because he been cutting up in the last few weeks, right? So listen, Donald meet Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg meet DJ Trump. So y'all, they had a meeting. Facebook actually has a board. I don't know about that. I've worked for companies that they say they got a board. It's just him, her, and a whole bunch of artifacts in the room. That's the board, right? Okay, whatever. I'm teasing. So anyway, man, apparently, they had a meeting to see if Trump needed to get back on Facebook. Y'all know Twitter banned him for life, right? Of course, after y'all let him run rampage through our social media. But apparently, it's all about the elite game, right? That money talks, and somebody says, hey, let bygones be bygones, man. Get him back on, right? Yeah, whatever. So, there was a meeting. The board decided no, we're going to keep him off. But the interesting about that, y'all, again, here it is. They playing chess with us, right? The interesting thing with that is that the board says, well, we're going to give you 6 months to decide whether you're going to do it or whether you're not going to do it. And if you decide to do it, we need you to tell us why you're doing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Straight. Yeah, they clowning, right? And again, ain't no need to trying to dupe us, y'all. We know the game. So listen, you can't pee on my feet and tell me it's raining. I guess unless your name's R. Kelly. All right, y'all, let's go. Listen, bring the family on in. It's early. We won't get started. I think we're missing one tonight, though. I think Cougaroo ain't going to be with us. But listen, we got the brothers in the building, right? I'm talking about straight cash, homie, right? Is this the money team? This the money team. We finna put in work. Oh, yeah. Listen, y'all got Black. You got D-Wayne, King Nova, and you got Mr. Sports himself, Ken Henderson on the ones and twos. Y'all, man, good to see y'all. What you say, Iggy? Trump raises a lot of money via Facebook. He already cash broke. Well, all right, listen, you said a mouthful there.
Right.
I think he been broke. What's going on? Good to see you, Pearl Booker. Hey, y'all, throw them stickers. So listen, man, what y'all think, man? Y'all think Facebook, they Hollywooding us? They slow walking us? What y'all think?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think, I think eventually, man, Trump gonna end up getting back on social media. Let's go.
What's up, Hunter? 100.
I mean,
they just trying to play this little game with us, making it seem like, yeah, we not messing with him no more. Oh, give it 6 months. He'll be back on all social media platforms.
Bruh, real talk, right? And that's how they do us, right? They let the smoke die down, they let the dust settle, and then like
Yep. That's exactly what
but the problem is he's so big, man. Listen, them dogs gonna be looking for him, right? Them dogs gonna be coming for him, they're gonna be looking at him, and as soon as he jump back on, they're gonna wonder why. but nobody cares after that, right? Who got customer service for Facebook? Ain't nobody finna let y'all call them and talk about how upset you are about Donald Trump being back on Facebook. So what? This is what this whole 2024 is about. We say, I believe they are playing a game 100%, y'all. Real talk.
I mean,
No doubt.
it's all about publicity and it's all about money. So I mean, this is how Facebook gonna get that money. You know, everybody's gonna like flood Facebook whenever he start making posts or whatever he gonna start to do. I mean, you know, you got sheeple in this world, so that's what they care about. They care about idiocracy, so that's what they're gonna flock to.
Man, to be honest with y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all know what's worse than a Jehovah's Witness? A Trump supporter.
Oh, man.
Listen, man, they gonna beat you over the head with all of their knowledge and listen. They listen right now. Trump is not around, and they are acting out like toddlers right now, y'all. They just cutting up. Black, they letting them back.
Yeah, and I was raising my hand because I'm a Jehovah's Witness, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Hey, we're going to witness to him there, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
You know, but yeah, you know, the thing of it is, you know, when you're a billionaire and you're an exclusive club, number one, the damage has already been done. They've been sycophants to, you know, his reign when he was there. Now that he's not currently in power, it's a shell game. But, you know, they're going to hang on just enough just in case he rises like a phoenix back to the top. And then, of course, that exclusive club is always going to be there. So I despise Mark Zuckerberg as much as I despise Trump, because they were just as responsible for a lot of the things that happened on his watch. Because all of a sudden now you want to grow a conscience, and I'm not having it.
Right.
And like don't grow no conscience now. Like that's like saying I'm gonna grow a tail, but I really didn't have one in the first place. Don't even do that, man. Like you worse than a fake doing some mess like that.
Yeah, listen, these next few years is gonna really tell us just. I mean, this is how that we've been seeing this for years, man. Like, you know, everybody get off later. The police officer who got fired, working somewhere else, yada yada yada. You know. Same song. What Humpty say? All around the world, same song. All right. Anyway, listen, man. Black, you know you know I love the Jehovah's Witness, man. Send me one of them Lighthouse books, Doc. Let me check it out. I'm just messing.
Hey, man, just stop coming to my house at 7 in the morning. We good.
Stop knocking at my door like 9 o'clock, and I'm like,
all right. What we got next, y'all? Let's see. We go from okay. Listen, Chauvin trial grounds for, but see, this is I mean, I wish I had an over under, right? If we had a little change, we could. Larissa talking tonight. Let's go, Larissa. What you said? It's sad how they did the White House, and he talking about they need to stop. You called them and told them to do it because he. Oh yeah, for sure.
Talking about the insurrection.
Yeah, the insurrection. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we all know he called it.
For sure.
Did that.
So let's deal with this Chauvin thing. You know what I'm saying? It's again, we talking about letting the dust settle, right? And letting the smoke clear. This again, my man, he on solitary confinement. He locked up. Yeah, he won't never. Well, he may not have to walk out, but they're gonna let it.
Don't never say never with this justice system.
Yeah.
Don't never
so
say
again,
never.
what was it? The Brady? No, what was it? What was that thing we were talking about?
Because you were
Berkeley,
the
Berkeley,
Berkeley rule, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he's dealing with. But man, do y'all remember why he wanted to appeal? Man, they had this. Wait, one of the jurors, he was mad because the dude said he went and protested, and that should disqualify him. Didn't y'all know that before y'all put him on the bench? I mean, on the jury. What y'all doing, man?
The defense is trying to say that he felt like the juror misled them in that question on the questionnaire and asked him had he ever attended a protest against police brutality in Minnesota. That's what the questionnaire said. Well, he said, no, I haven't. But he did go to the rally in Washington, D.C. So he didn't mislead on that questionnaire. It's asked, did he attend one in Minnesota?
Right.
He said he had.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Shahana, I hear you, Shahan. I'm gonna let you have it, D. Shahan, I hear you, but we got to get there first, right? These appeals got to come through before they even give him a sentence. So that's the real talk. What you got, Dwayne? Thank you.
I mean, I just feel like, you know, when I hear about this, I just feel like it's legitimately a slap in the face that they would try to that his defense. I mean, I get it, everybody has a right to an appeal, but come on, man, like get something with some substance. Like have an appeal that has some substance to it. You over a guy probably that protested in Washington instead of Minnesota. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Chauvin was found guilty without a shadow of a doubt. Everybody's seen the tape for 9 minutes and 47 seconds, almost 10 minutes. I just don't get where they get. I just don't understand when facts are facts. And you're probably going to say it, Brenton, classism.
Oh, for
facts
sure.
are facts. And when it's our case, a fact, oh, it's proven. You can't appeal. You're never going to get out of jail. You're never going to see the light of day again. But when certain people, the facts is proven, but here's this clause here. Here's this statement here. They shouldn't have said this that way. Or like, come on, man. And then the fact that they'll sit back and listen to it, it's
Go Black. Yeah.
Well, I want to speak to the point that Hannah put up a thing. She thought that the defense put him on there because it was like a setup for a mistrial. No, sweetheart, it really wasn't. This man had adequate representation. He's a former policeman. Number one. So the Policemen's Benevolent Association, he had adequate representation. They had plenty of time to voir dire all of the witnesses.
Say that word again.
Voir
look it up. Look at him, Doc. He's an educated. That's an educated brother right there. Voir dire.
They did, you know. And so if they had done their job, they should know these things. But here's what I'm interested in. Be careful what you ask for. Because now if you do want to do a mistrial based on that piece of information being not let in, what about his prior acts where he had also done the same thing to other African Americans? Right. So now you can't have one without the other now.
But you know, Lee, you already know they will find a way to not have the ingredients to that piece of pie.
But that's my point. Be careful what you ask for, because now if you want to do over, then let's give the prosecution now the full impact of your background now, which brings a bearing to the fact that this wasn't the first time you put your knee on somebody's neck. This wasn't the first time that you disrespected African-American people. So let's bring your whole history into it. So you gotta keep yourself quiet and take what these people they trying to let your ass off if you just let them.
Right. So Larissa, to answer Larissa's question, hold on, Dwayne. To answer Larissa's question, he actually wrote his lawyer's phone number on his hand because he needed to talk to him, but he couldn't take anything into the prison or the jail. So that's what he actually wrote on his hand. So thank you for the question. Go ahead, Wayne, and we'll move on.
I mean, like,
unless you got something, Ken.
I'm with this. I just think this is a proven fact of the justice system is skewed. It's like they will find whatever they can to get off somebody who is clearly blatantly guilty. It's just written in black and white. And like you said, Lee, to your point, apropos, he done this to a 14-year-old boy, I believe.
Yep.
And numerous and could have killed him. And so if you're gonna, how we say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That's right. That's right.
If you're gonna bring this back, if you're gonna try to do over, if you're gonna say, well, maybe we should then let the prosecution fry him for everything else he's done.
Well, listen, and there's more than one way to skin a cat, so they better skin that cat a little differently next time too, right? So whatever. Let's move. What you say? The system is messed up so bad. It is.
It is.
You know what we're gonna do about it? All right, let's move it on, y'all. Let's go to the next topic. Hova. Listen, Jay-Z. Yeah, listen, y'all. I ain't heard from Jay-Z in a minute, right? I mean, what you do when you done conquered the world, right? I don't know what to do. So, but guess what? Jay-Z wanna give Tyler Perry a little run for his money. He said he want to start a studio. So apparently TMZ got a hold of some legal documents, right? It says that Jay-Z now has filed to a enterprise, the Hova Company's S. Carter Enterprise filed to trademark the name 2J. Okay, on May 3rd for entertainment services in the nature of creation, development, and production of television programming, TV series, movies, and similar projects. Now, what's interesting about this, because this led me to something else. I didn't know Jay-Z sold Tidal. Did y'all know he sold Tidal?
Yeah. He sold Tidal. What was about a year or two ago?
Almost 300. No, it was
about 2 years. It was about a year ago.
It's been about 2 years.
No, it's recent.
No, this was recent. He sold stock in it, but he sold the whole company. This is recent. Yeah.
So the stock
he bought it for 56 and sold it for 300 million. I said, you nappy headed joker, you.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Jay-Z is a businessman. Like he said in his raps, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
So what y'all think he finna do with this, man? Like, what Jay-Z need with a studio for? I mean, I like black entertainment, but go ahead.
I do too, and I love this. I love that he's doing this. My hope is that he creates a product that shows us being more than slaves and gangsters and some nice programming where you seeing you know what I'm saying? Because I know we've seen that many times. We see that bad relationship series. I mean, Tyler Perry, no diss to him, but I mean his script is the same old when you really think about his movies. But I hope Jay creates some good solid positive programming. You know, that's I mean, you got to have some entertainment in it as well, but let's show some more positive images, and hopefully, man, he can get a hold of some of these, put some money in this football team or a basketball team, so we can get some black folks owning some professional sports.
Say, man,
I think that honestly, I think that, you know, with him being so dominant in the music industry, again, you know, like to Kendrick's point, like bring, you know, a different type of genre of film and study. You know,
but I thought Master P already did all those movies.
No, we're not talking about Master P. No.
I mean, come on, I got the hookup.
I got the hookup was like the worst movie ever.
Okay, I'm just
Brent, that movie's like, not as bad as Pootie Tang. Come on.
Oh, hey, at least it had some nice looking women in there, though. You know,
Pootie Tang was horrible.
It was bad. No, you right. What you got, Black?
But
oh, my bad. Go on, finish.
Yeah, I think like we have a lot of young artists that will probably never break that music industry plateau, that glass ceiling. Why? Because they're not going to conform to what mainstream media has for them to do. Or we have a lot of black actors, you know, thespians that are out there that want to
another
find,
nice word.
You know, want to find a plateau, a scene to produce their talents. I believe that the Hamilton play that was done, most of the cast was of minority culture. So I think that, you know, if he's able to break that plateau and bring out actors, you know, that are in these like B-rated movies or, you know, low budget movies on Netflix or wherever, I think if he's able to bring them to the light with casting them with maybe, you know, some of the newer artists, some of the newer actors that are out, like Michael B. Jordan or somebody like that, I think that will, you know, set him aside and put him in a different, different venue.
So, all right, well, Black, go for it. And I got a question for the brothers tonight. What you think, Black?
Well, I was gonna say, Brother Ken, he's already shown what he's going to do. Quiet as kept, him and Beyonce, for years, they've been funding causes behind the scenes that deal with prison reform. They've lent their time and their money to all of that, the deaths at the hands of policemen. What I love about Jay-Z and Beyonce is, while the other artists are playing checkers, they're playing chess.
Been playing it for years.
When he gets inside the door, he uses his connections. And instead, some people want to call him a sellout and things of that nature, but he's always thought bigger than those around him. He's always thought bigger than them. So when he's made his connections with the NFL, for example, he knows that in order to make these kind of money moves, you have to be in a room with these people and have access to them.
Partnership.
And so to your point, Ken, I love what Tyler Perry's done. I'm not personally a fan of his stuff, like you said, because the message is too preachy, but I love that he's empowered Black people.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And what he's done. And so Jay-Z is doing the same thing, quiet as kept, but on a more serious level. And he understands fundamentally that in the next growth of where we're going to have to truly be able to make an impact on electing the next presidents, the congressmen, is the media.
Yeah.
We've now entered into a virtual world. The pandemic forced us all to do this, what we're doing now. And we're finding out that even a common man has power who can get on camera. Brenton, that you can come on camera and affect change. And so you increase your footprint in the media. That's real power. And the last thing is, don't sleep on I Got the Hook Up, because even though it was a bad movie, what Master P did, did put in that movie comedians that would never have otherwise gotten an opportunity. Oh yeah, and for that I appreciate it.
Oh y'all no disrespect to Master P at all. I love Master P.
No, I just had to say that.
But I'm like Brenton though. That movie was horrible. And
it was.
And some other movies he put out were horrible. But I ain't mad at Master P because he's out there making moves. So much respect.
And real talk. Hold on, real talk. I want to say this, man. I want to ask a question, and then I'm gonna let y'all think about it. I'm gonna make this statement. Do y'all think we are creating segregation or separation with all these moves we've been making? So y'all think on that for just a second. I'm gonna say this because the thing about it, and we were saying it tongue in cheek, but you know how we get as a community, right? When one brother's trying to make the difference. Hot Boys was good. I don't know what you was looking at, whatever.
I guess.
It was like I give Hot Boys a 2.
So here it is, right? So when one of us moves up, and all roads run through them, people be getting kind of jealous, man. It's like, listen, either you gonna take it from them or you gonna take it from him. One way or the other, we just gotta see what my man doing and make moves, right? It just he's doing something that's going to either change the game in a way, because I'm gonna tell y'all something, and then let's answer this question. This is what I've always heard. We have 3 branches of government, but from my understanding, over the years, we actually have 4 branches of government, right? And the 4th branch of government was media, because they can influence people just like the other branches of government, right? They can turn tides by just listen, just look at what Donald wants. Donald won't back in, right? Yes. And he wants back in because he knows that's where the power belongs. Donald ain't never cowed to nobody. Well, he would have talked. He'd have talked so bad about Facebook if he didn't need Facebook. But guess what?
Exactly.
He ain't said one word. You know why? Because he won't back in, right? And he can't create nothing because he over there blogging from the desk of the president. You clown. So with that being said, are we creating segregation or separation? What are we doing?
Little bit of both. Little bit of both, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Segregation to me, in the sense that I hate for some that when they climb that Mount Everest, they don't want anybody else to climb the Mount Everest. See the example currently right now with Tamron Hall. Some shameful stuff going on. She's climbed the Mount Everest, got a TV show. She's put out there to her publicist, do not book Black guests. We are not a Black show.
Yikes.
Dr. Ian put her on blast just a couple of days ago, because she only, and I went back and researched this, she only has African Americans on her show when it's dealing with something that they've done wrong. Athlete has fallen from grace.
Wow.
Singer. But she doesn't have African Americans on as professionals to talk about their opinion as professionals when government and politics and medicine, things like that. So to answer your question, Brenton, for some of them, it is segregation because I don't want you to get to this level. So that's the bad part. And we always going to have that. But the separation part is not necessarily a bad thing, because we have to inspire our people to do better.
Yeah.
We can't keep hoping that somebody's going to fix our problems for us. So it's never been a time in history before. That's why the young people today realize what we just said, that the media has power. So they're not inspiring to be doctors and teachers anymore. They want to be influencers. That's literally a thing.
Yeah.
And so if the media is the way to covet that, because of social media and technology, I can go on and make a statement, and it can be broadcast to billions of people across the world. So it's going to create some separation, because maybe for the first time, people that don't look like us will value what we truly bring to the table. We know that we're the most innovative people on the face of this planet, and maybe now we'll get that opportunity to show it.
I'm telling you, I want to say this, man, and I'll let you tell it, Dwayne. I want us to definitely do this, but what I want to be careful of, I want us to create history, not repeat it. And that's my issue. Don't if you're gonna do this, let's not repeat it, because I don't need a whole lot of Tulsa, Oklahoma situations going down. You know what I'm saying? Because of how we acting. Because if we're gonna be together, let's make new history, not repeat it. So I want y'all to we got to come together, change that mentality of whoever started, man. We just get on and just plow the ground, man. Let's just do it, man.
Do you know what though, Brenton? Why that can't happen again? Here's one thing I'm proud of the young people. I might criticize them on all kinds of stuff. I don't like the way their pants sag. I don't necessarily like their music. You know what I'm saying? Their hairstyles. I could go on and on. I'm an old man sitting on the porch. But what I do love about them is they're more inspired by the Malcolm X ideology than the Dr. King. These new young people, they're not scared to go to jail. They're not scared to die, and they're not taking no back seats for nobody.
But so that's the problem, though.
I give them that.
But you know, I get it. You know, this younger generation, they have a sense of influence, but I do think wholeheartedly they have a sense of simplicity. I think they have a sense of entitlement, and I think they have a sense of
well, you gotta take the good with the bad, though.
Exactly. I mean, we do have to, but a lot of them, I think, have a sense of hypocrisy too, and they're a bunch of, you know, this generation is a bunch of hypocritical, chauvinistic children.
Well, tell them how you really feel, then, sir.
Oh, I always will.
King Noble going in.
I'm telling
but
you.
I think you know, with separation and segregation, I think it's implied that it will be separation and segregation, because again, we cannot stand our own. We're kind of like Cain and Abel, because Abel was able to give a better sacrifice unto God. Now Cain is pissed off because I just gave you a basic, and that's how we look at it. You know, that's how people look at it, because you know, I'm riding I look better in what I got on, but you look like this. Now I have to figure out how to take that from you. You know, we can inspire change, but truthfully, do we want the change? And I think that enigmatic mind, that dogmatic mind that we've that's been imprinted in our DNA for so long. I mean,
well,
we're gonna
I hear
have
what you're
both,
saying.
so.
And that's why I don't disagree with them. I just don't believe, though, this new generation is going to let what happened.
Yeah, they ain't gonna go down without a fight.
I think they're not gonna go down without a fight, but I don't think I think it's very far fetched and very, you know, apt to say that they're the Malcolm X mentality, because they're not. Because I
disagree with you.
I
feel deja vu here. I feel like we talked about this once before with you too.
Wait.
Okay, so I don't want to take that rabbit hole again. I like it. I'll just say this: we need a balance. Yes, because I remember me saying this before, right?
right.
I remember me making this statement. We need both parties, because we need the strategists from leading us on down, and we need them to take it to the front line and put it in work. There's a plan, you know what I'm saying? Always. So, okay, that's good stuff, man. Listen, speaking of black folks being, you know, doing some type of things, y'all know what? there was a man in South Carolina who received $500,000 on a settlement, on a judgment, right? And you would say that's good for that man. Well, let me tell y'all what just happened to this joker. This black dude, his name was John Christopher Smith, and he had an intellectual disability. And I don't really like to pull the white and black thing, but you just have to make the emphasis on it just because I don't care whoever did it. If you are taking advantage of someone with a disability, you know, you are pretty low. You some strong, you
are trash.
So like, just for the sake of the article, I'm just saying the guy was white, you know what I'm saying? And the problem
like
is
old trailer park trash white too.
It looked like the first Waffle House or something. I don't know. Shout out to the Waffle House. I'm
shout out to the Waffle
okay.
House. Shout out
so
to the
listen,
I like Waffle
but my man,
I love
he worked
Waffle
over 100 hours. He worked over 100 hours a week, y'all. That means that's 40, 80, at least 3 weeks worth of almost 3 weeks worth of a full-time employee. 100 hours a week without pay for guess what? For 5 years.
Yep.
Man, come on, bro. And so the dude kept telling him, "Hey, man, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you." And I don't know how it went down, but apparently somebody caught wind of it, right? And this happened back in 2018. And this dude made this cat work. I say made him, but you know what I'm saying? He manipulated him to do all of that work for free. Man, that's pretty jacked up, man. That even in the century of the 21st century, right? The 21st is it 21st? Yes,
we're in 21st.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That people are still doing these things, man. I don't know what a person. If a man is giving $500,000, I hope somebody's there to help him manage that money well. Yeah. Now, what y'all think about that, man? I mean, it's kind of.
Oh man, it's straight, man. The white man that did this is straight trash. He needs to go to jail with no get out free card. Straight up. If we play Monopoly, go to jail. You ain't got no get out free. You know, because I mean, how would you do another human being like that? I'm just taking color out of it. Why would you treat? I guarantee you, he probably treated his pets at home better than he treated that man.
Say, man,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I mean, this is one of those stories I really have no words. I'm glad somebody was able to catch this. I don't know, like you said, I don't know how it was found out, but I'm glad it was because this black man was totally. I mean, it was he was enslaved. He was a slave. That's basically all he was.
So apparently, the first time that they went to court, they only was going to give the dude like $272,000, right? And then I guess old boy and them wanted to appeal it, and so then it went up to the 4th District Court, and they said, "Hey, this ain't enough money. This just only covering the money that he would have earned. No, there's something called liquidated liability, and now we need to get $500,000, right?" I said, man, you know, at least 2 times the justice system worked, right? OJ got off, and this dude got his money. No, I'm just playing.
You know, we could argue that first point.
Go ahead, Black. What you got? What you got, Black?
Okay, so my opinion is not going to probably be popular here.
Come on, sir.
Shit.
Come on now.
You know,
and listen, before you say, y'all remember he's a Jehovah's Witness, so don't try.
I'm an inactive Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, he said inactive.
All right, there's always that attack in the ground.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, give it to us, boss.
So, I live by a couple of sayings, you know. And
I've heard a few of them.
You're right, you know. Now, my mom always, you know, told us, you know, when you see a fool, you bump their head, you know. And that's and man, that may not be popular, but sometimes it has to be done. On a microeconomic level, I feel sorry for this guy. Anybody has been taken advantage of to the extent that he has, but let's call it what it is. He's a damn fool. And to do that all these many years, and now I don't know whether he had any kind of friends or family around him that if you bringing your monkey ass home every week after week after week and you ain't got no pay, then I don't know what to tell you.
Come on, Black.
So
this brother's
and he wasn't hollering at him either right now.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if he had any friends or family around him to tell him what was going on. So I feel sorry for him on that level. Now on a greater on a greater level, believe it or not, this happens every day, all day. But it's just not viewed the same way. Y'all asked at the beginning of this show, I told you I'm having a fantastic day.
So did.
I quit my job officially today.
Oh wow.
I officially typed out my email notice because the company I work for basically was working my black fat ass for little to nothing.
Okay.
I have a master's degree and over 20 years of management experience, and I'm part of a company. I won't say their name. I won't put them out there like that. But my thing is, over the last 4.5 years, you've benefited off my back and my experience, my expertise, and made profits. And the people sometimes on the front line are the ones doing all the work are getting least pay. So I've had to sit and watch this company grow and acquire other companies and things of that nature and pay us a pittance. And I've hit the highest level in my position. So my question has been for the last 2 years, what's my motivation every day to come in to give you the best of me when you're bragging about your profits, but you're not sharing them with me who's doing all the work? And I made you. I'm the face of your organization. And so in a sense, you're paying me little to nothing. My best friend works for FedEx. They're doing her the same exact way. She just got notified with no notice that for the next week, she's got to work overtime. And they're paying her less, but they're paying the drivers $20 an hour. And so she's doing the work.
Here,
I know I am. So my thing is on a macroeconomic level, this happens every day. So the key is here, my mama said about the flu bumps head, I got tired of getting my head bumped. I got to a point where I said, okay, I can't go any further here. And I've shown up every day and I give my students the best of me. So I'm proud to say to the world that I officially gave my notice and I'm just took a job that's paying me twice. Twice.
That don't sound like a fool to me then. All right.
But there you go. A fool eventually has to get up and realize I got to do something for myself. So I'm not mad with the company. I stayed for as long as I stayed. And eventually I got tired of getting my head bumped. So
okay, listen, we got 4 minutes. I'm gonna take this rabbit hole right quick. No, I'm gonna tell you something. You just said something, right?
You said a whole lot that I
did, and and I want to pinch on just a little bit this whole workforce thing.
Just a little pinch.
Y'all, just a pinch because I ain't taking all that. That was a lot. That was. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like it's really interesting. Like there's a lot of companies, even in the city where I live, like they've been shutting down because they ain't had enough people to work. Like they literally, we thought people were closing their doors, like they were no longer existing, but it was because they didn't have enough employees to staff the day's service. And I said to myself, what's going on? Why we got all these people not wanting to work and do these things, but now the labor force is now like you said, putting that thing around your neck and they tighten up and say you got to, right? And you better, and this, that, and the third. And the problem is, I want to say this to my people, right? This is what we are, right? This we were Jay-Z before Jay-Z started. And this is what I want to tell y'all. Listen, man, all this working hard, thinking these jobs gonna make y'all rich, they ain't making y'all nothing. Right. And so all I'm telling y'all today is, ladies and gentlemen, don't get 4 jobs. I don't want to say what Lee said, but get smarter. Right. And this ain't got nothing to do with that man because he got his money. Right. He got his going. All I'm saying to y'all is don't get caught up trying to do all this work, man, because they finna put it on us. Right. Because these kids, these people that Lee talking about, that's different. Our generation, we were taught to work since you was like 12 and 13 years old.
Yes.
This generation, some of them are getting money because they grandmama and them dying, and folks was inheriting insurance. Some of them just don't care because they could just live off of nothing, right? So you just have all these different reasons. But man, we headed into some serious issues, bro, where these people got these jobs and they're gonna work you like a dog, and it's gonna be bad, man. So I commend you, Lee, for doing that, man. And you know,
No
I'm just
doubt,
saying,
for sure.
yeah. Y'all go invest this money, man. So y'all won't be because they finna work y'all like a dog now. Y'all thought Pharaoh had them jokers building them them pyramids. Nah, bro. Y'all gonna get the proverbial whips.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
like,
man.
so like, what to Lee's point? You know, I look at it like this. I got 10 years left, and I can retire, and you know, and I could actually retire here sooner, but you know, to get my officer retirement, you know, I got 10 more. Well, 5 more I need to do. Yeah, pretty much 10. Same way, 10 ways. So we'll just say 10, and I'll be a major. If the Army pissed me off, I'm done. That's it. I, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'll be a lieutenant colonel. I make lieutenant colonel, battalion commander. I'll do it. But if they make me mad, oh no, because I got too much up here. You know, I got a master's degree, and 2 bachelors. Like, yeah, I can go work for the government and just sit back on my computer like this, still get my retirement, my disability, and it be a GS-12 making almost $100-some thousand a year. I'm good.
Well, y'all heard it first. Dwayne has already given his resume on camera, so y'all send it to him.
He ready. I can relate to what Black's your situation, man. I walked away from a job that I was on almost right at 20 years, but I had reached that ceiling where they passed me over for, and most people know I do sports. They passed me over for a weekend sports gig, and they knew that's my thing. They brought somebody else that didn't look like me a week later and didn't even have the guts to tell me that they were hiring somebody else. So after then, I knew that my time was done. I mean, it just was meant that my time was done there. That's what I ain't gonna lie, I was mad. I ain't gonna even sit here in front. They couldn't talk to me. I was walking around there. Yeah, I probably was Malcolm X. They probably thought I was gonna start some ish.
Speak to me.
That's right.
But I had to get out of my feelings and then come to the realization, man, this is your time is up. You've gone as far as you can go here. And sometimes you just gotta step away. I stepped away to the unknown. So anyway, I can totally relate to what you did, Black, because I've been there 2 years, almost 3 years ago.
Sir.
Man, listen, shout out to all the brothers, man, who are doing their thing and you know what I'm saying, still providing for their families. And listen, that's gonna segue us to this next topic, man, because this is something we don't talk about as Black men. So I think I got some brothers that don't mind speaking on some things. So we're gonna talk about Jaleel White. He's better known as Steve Urkel on the show Family Matters, right? And so he did I guess here it is, the Black television, right? We did he did a uncensored, I believe, on TV1, right? And so he made a statement. Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting. He made a statement on Uncensored, and he was talking about his time on there. And it was a lot. I hadn't seen it. I think a couple of us have seen the whole thing. I'm gonna watch it though, but I thought the segment was really, really interesting, right? And I want to get our take on it, right? Because I think we all are intellectual brothers here, and so we can speak articulately to convey a point that is kind of taboo, right, for a lot of people. And so if we got the video, let's run it, and if so, let's see what Jaleel White was talking about, and then let's see if we can kind of shed some light on these things, right?
Remember when I did Murder Oracle for the first time?
Well, hello there.
And I just remember, again, I get a lot of my enthusiasm from other people's satisfaction. Everybody on set that week was just amazed. I did run into an issue. Joe Marie and Reggie at that time were very sensitive to putting Black men in dresses. And they heaped that on me. And they let me know that I was not doing our race a service by putting on that yellow dress. But everybody has a default. Do you crumble? Do you wilt under pressure? Do you rise? Do you surprise yourself? My default tends to be to take it up a notch. I mean, that evening I felt like a girl. I felt like a girl playing Murder Lurk. But I cried like a baby at the end of that taping. I just broke. And I just cried. And this is what's awesome, where you have a great father, you have a good family. And my dad just rose up like a lion and was like, I've watched my son deal with this all week to pull out this performance, and he will never play this character again. You got it once, it's done. But he shouldn't have to carry the burden of some adults making a child feel bad for playing a girl.
All right, boys, y'all ready? So listen, I want to start this segment. First of all, whether black people like it or not, if you look down your history, your ancestors has always carried some form of religion as a part of our history. Like, it has been established from ever since we came over here in the 1800s, right? They used it to try to manipulate black people into slavery, right? And religion has carried us through all our time here in this country. So whether you like it or not, it has some. We are embedded with religion. Whatever that looks like today, it is what it is. But I promise you, it looks like that. So I'm not going to get deep in religion, but I just want us to talk about what this was. I want to bring this point up. Reggie, he's talking about the father, the guy that played the dad on the show, Carl Winslow. And didn't that dude come out openly gay?
That's what my understanding, he did.
I think it was.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And some y'all listen, all y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. I believe he did. And for him to go there with him, it's like, what the heck was you doing? Right? And what reason would you do that? Now, so I want to start with Black, because I know Black, you know, this is his arena. So, right. Black, what you think, man, about what Jaleel said about the situation? Just what you know about it.
What's crazy is on my end, I missed the whole clip. It froze.
Oh, okay. So basically, what he was saying was that he played this character.
I know he played Myrtle.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Carl Winslow and the mother was giving him flack because he was wearing a dress, and he's like, "You making the black community look bad." Blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
And ultimately, I was just saying that for him to do that, and then the irony is that then you all of a sudden come out when it's comfortable and tell everybody you gay. It's just like, what do you,
perfect. I got it, because when the video came back from me on my end, the last thing I heard him say was that apparently his father was saying that he shouldn't be made to feel bad as a kid carrying the whole weight for grown adults just because he's putting on a dress. So here's the thing we got to remember. This was, 90s, when coming out was not popular. Careers were ruined if you could come out. But it's what I talk about a lot is that he that doth protest too much, you have to be careful of. Those very people who talk about, who are afraid to discuss sexuality, those are the people you really and truly have to watch. Those are the people who behind closed scenes are doing the very things that they supposedly are against. Now, I thought we was going somewhere different with this when you talked about from the beginning of time about how religion has played a part in it. Now, there are, in the field of acting, the thing I object to is that our African-American actors, male actors, have all been subjected to put on a dress to be accepted by white America. And for some actors, they refuse to do that. And so that is one of the reasons why Spike Lee, he had against Tyler Perry initially, is because Tyler Perry's fortune is built off of putting on a dress, and then you go back and look at Martin Lawrence and all kinds of other
Jamie
famous
Foxx,
black putting on a dress, this and that.
Eddie.
So at this point, you have a child who played a role. So to me, it speaks to a much bigger issue with the fact that even though it's 2021, after all these years, white America still fears black men, still seeks out ways to emasculate us, but that was a different time than it was now. And so, like I did the show on sexuality recently, my big thing with that part of it is that the whole addressing sexuality thing and putting on a dress, I'm glad that his father stepped in. If that's the case, supposed to defend him in that sense. And it's the height of hypocrisy for Reginald Vale Johnson, knowing behind the scenes that you are gay, to be giving this kid slack. But if you know the history of the show, it speaks to a bigger issue. They were jealous that here you got a kid came on that was supposed to do one show.
So you think they were trying to mock him at first?
He was supposed
Interesting.
originally he was supposed to do one show.
One show. They were jealous.
He was booked for one episode, and he got a lot of laughs. And it turned to the point where he carried the franchise. Here was Reginald Vale Johnson was this established actor, and so there was some jealousy behind the fact that now you have a kid that the writers had to scramble, and now to write each episode surrounded by Urkel coming on, and he carried the show. So there's a lot of moving parts that was going on here to me.
Yeah. What you got, Ken?
The two things that stuck out to me was that for the two adults, the two established actors on the cast, to put that pressure on a kid, I thought was totally comes from a place of jealousy, like Black said, and it was totally uncalled for. Regardless of what you thought, you don't put that burden on a kid. I don't know how. I think Jaleel may have been. How old was he at that time? Maybe
like 10,
at least 14,
9, 10.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he was younger. Yeah, he was younger than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, the first time.
He was younger than that.
Yeah,
the first time he was about like 10. So you don't put that burden on a kid, man. I mean, that's to me, that's unacceptable. And then second of all, who the writers? Where do they get some blame in this? Why would where you coming from with this? You keep writing this. You writing this in. Was those black writers? Was those white writers? I don't know. I think they should. Well, here we go. So, and that's a whole other rabbit hole. Yeah, it's a whole other rabbit hole. We ain't gonna mess with that. But so yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna mess with
my
it.
thing is. I'm gonna let you have it, King. But I think, and I give kudos to his dad, but I also would say I think as his dad, maybe he should have stepped in and like, you know what? Nah, son, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna let you put on a dress at this point, at this age. I don't think you mature enough to handle that type of character, and you're only 10. That would be the only thing I would have said to the father. But then too, it's easy for me to say that when they flashing that money at you, so you know how it is.
Because he straight got paid, right?
Exactly.
All right,
so that's my take.
I'm gonna give you a minute because I know you can go 8.
So we all know in the slave, like in the times of slavery, they had bucks and they had I forgot what it was called, but this was the white slave owners homosexualizing black African male slaves. I find that, throughout the years, if you make a black man put on a dress, it's just normal. It's just another form of rape, and it's another way to eradicate and erode the black man's mentality and psyche. If I can break you in another way, then I'm gonna find a way to break you. If a wolf showed you his teeth, then what the heck is it, a wolf, right? Well, this is all white people are doing. They're just showing you their teeth. I'm figuring out a way to demasculate you in a different way. I find that it to be very disturbing when you look at it. I mean, I thought, I look at the Tyler Perry things, and at first I thought it was funny, but as I've gotten older, I'm like, and then I look back at other movies and TV shows, and like, well, they never made a young white kid put on a dress. They waited until he was like, what, 15, 16, grown.
And I will say this to your point, like, and I want to just walk with it together. Like, from my understanding, Caucasian brothers really, they embraced it behind closed doors a lot, right? Just, I mean, just J. Edgar Hoover, right? You know what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff.
He wore women's lingerie
right?
Pantyhose behind,
Underneath his clothes. Yeah, man. So I think what they did in secret, like you said, which was to then mock men in public. I won't even gather any kind of conspiracies. I just will say this, and to not to get so deep. I don't think, like, I'm not homophobic, but
man.
I do. Yeah, I don't believe none of us are. But what I do believe is that I do have standards for my own sons, right? And the thing about it is in a culture that's trying to kill masculinity, right? In my opinion, they're trying to kill it. I'm just not. I'm not gonna take it sitting down. You know what I'm saying? And listen, over my dead body, will you guys make me feel bad for being an alpha male?
Exactly.
I don't have to disrespect you. Like, even for my belief, you know what I'm saying? As a Christian, people have taught the scriptures wrong and have tried to make God their scapegoat for why they don't like gay people. Y'all holler at me later and I'll show y'all the Bible don't even teach that. So so we can help y'all with that one.
And then,
Number two.
you know, when you talk about it, like you said, the Bible don't teach you to hate gay people. You know, you hate the spirit. You don't hate the person. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's so many. We could go on a whole different tangent about that one.
I definitely want to take the platform for this, but I just want everybody to realize the pressure that this dude had, man, like
It
to
was an
go
immense amount
in
of pressure.
and do this. But even for the simple fact, like, I remember when I watched Pulp Fiction, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it like that for those that know. You know what I'm saying? Vin Raines, you know what I'm saying? Man, that speaks to the truth of what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
And movies have always had a pass to tell the truth about realities that the world is not willing to tell on their own. I don't know why it's always been that way. Maybe it's just the willful ignorance of it. But movies have always been allowed to do that, you know, tell the truth about things that happen. So I believe those things did happen, you know what I'm saying? And again, it's to try to suppress, you know, masculinity. So I'm just saying we can all stand in our spaces, right? I don't have to have a problem with anybody, but don't listen. If you want to be, what's the word that they use? Tolerant. Make sure that you are doing it without hypocrisy, because tolerate my position just like you want me to tolerate your position. And we'll move on from that position. Okay. So, yeah. Say, all right, y'all. So listen, y'all know what time it is. He already been hollering at us, but listen here, I think he's gonna holler at us real good now. Let him have it, Black. What you got?
My rant this week, as far as let me holler at you guys, is about what's going on here in Florida and the COVID-19 situation. And this can only happen in America, folks. I'm gonna throw some quick numbers out at you. You know, we know that we're all dealing with COVID-19. We can pretend if we want to that we're through it. We're not. There's a reluctance to take the vaccine, even though Joe Biden has gotten a lot of Americans to do it. We're not out of the woods, folks. What makes it worse is the fact that the virus, as viruses sometimes do, they're mutating because people aren't taking the vaccines. They've never followed the full, you know, protocols on wearing masks. But I want to talk about one state in particular. Florida is a very special place. Every time we have elections, it always comes down to a couple of states there that want to act an ass. Florida is one of them. They're very special in Florida. And we know that even when the ban was lifted, Florida, Georgia, Texas, these are some of the states that was out front who bought into the hypocrisy and the lies of Donald Trump about the whole thing in the first place. And we pretend that this really didn't happen. Like that was some long time ago, even though 500,000 people have died. So let me give you guys some numbers here. Right here in Florida, it's talking about the skyrocketing, you know, variant cases of COVID-19. It says a total of 753 variant cases from 3 different strains of the virus were reported on March 14th. That number jumped up to 5,177 cases by April 15th. And then 2 weeks later, it jumped up to 9,248 cases on April 27th. What happened? Spring break. Now, we all know that long before they lifted the protocols, Florida said, Forget the mask. Forget what they're talking about. Come on here to Florida, and you don't have to wear a mask and this and all these old things. Now here we are. Now it says that Florida is home to the most variant COVID-19 cases in the country. The health officials reported more than 11,800 cases of COVID-19 variants on Wednesday. I picked this article up a few days ago. And so what's the point, folks? That here while we and all these other states having to fight and deal with protocols and whether we decide to get vaccinated or not, they're spending billions of dollars to protect citizens, and you have a state that's standing out there doing whatever the hell it wants to do. And now that as these cases are skyrocketing, guess what has to happen, folks? Additional resources now are going to have to be diverted to that very same state for not following the rules. And that means that funds, materials, health things are going to be taken away from somewhere else. Because when we look up before this summer is out, they'll be sending additional nurses, they'll be sending additional personnel to go deal with a state that won't follow the rules. And I say only in America, because only in America will we talk about our freedoms. And those same people out there on the front lines, those same people marched on January 6th, you're taking away my freedom. Freedom is not free in America. That's the great misconception about it. Freedom is only free if it benefits all of its citizens. And for that reason, sometimes a stand has to be taken. Freedom doesn't mean that you're entitled to do whatever the hell you want to do. That's not what it means. Freedom doesn't mean that it's dependent upon your own personal individual comfort level. The greater good of the most people is what matters. Freedom is also not dependent upon your personal entitlement and happiness, because we have to think about the greater good of everybody. And last but not least, freedom is not a right, it is a privilege. And I wish that our government would stand up and tell them people to act the hell right. And if they don't, leave them to their own devices and take care of people who are trying to do the right thing. That's my take.
You have made the 144,000 very proud, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, listen, y'all. We gotta have, man. Appreciate that, Lee, for that, man. Listen, y'all, man. We have had an amazing show tonight, man. The brothers have held it down. Sisters, she'll be back next week.
Yes, she'll be back.
It depends on how, but I see y'all kind of quiet on us. I know, and the brothers. I'm sorry, we can't doll it up like she do. I apologize, but we did the best we could, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, listen, man. We got final thoughts, man. King, what you got, bro?
Je m'appelle Sulewa Wayne.
Now if you go get another degree now, you can learn another language.
I sure just my home language, but it's a sad thing when you sit back and you look at how society is just trying to continue to shape what the world should be. Stay woke, people. Look at the history for what it is. It's not your story or my story, it's his story. And it's always going to be pre-written and predetermination, but it's up to us to change that history and rewrite our own. Continue to be, grow into the Malcolm X's of the world, grow into the people that will change the world. Don't conform to the world. Put on a goddamn mask, man. Golly, get the vaccine. Just get the vaccine, man. That's all I got to say.
Well, holla at him, Dwayne. All right, then.
Holla at you.
What you got for him, Ken?
Oh man, it's kind of hard to follow my brother King, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I put you before him.
No, it's all good. I like it. Hey, I'm just gonna speak on the question, brother Brenton, that you posed to us earlier about separation and segregation.
Yes, sir.
Is this a good thing? With brother Jay-Z getting this production company, is that kind of are we making moves to separate ourselves and segregate ourselves? I think it's a little bit of both, but I will say this to my people that look like me. If we're gonna go the route of separation, make sure you use that other S. Make sure you support us if we decide to separate. Because if we don't support us, separating ain't gonna do us no damn good. That's my final thoughts.
Dead on arrival. Lee, you got something left in the tank, Doc?
Yes, sir.
Look at him. I know you did.
Well, my final thought is this: that in honor of we missed the beautiful sister here tonight, Sister Rue, and there's all black male faces here, and as you guys see, we have different ideologies, different thoughts. At the end of the day, though, being a black man is difficult. This show it highlighted the many different ways that we're attacked, whether it's on the political arena, reform of the criminal justice system, generational wealth, to the emasculation of us in general. Being a black man, it's a hard job stepping outside that door figuratively every day and to hold our heads up. And so I want to say to the men out here watching, stay woke, as King Noble said, stay on your toes, stay black, and my brothers, stay strong. It's a long, long fight, but we're built for this.
We built for this.
Yeah. And listen, much love to the ladies. Happy belated Mother's Day to everybody. And we appreciate you all, because if it wasn't for y'all, none of us would be here, right?
That's right.
That just ain't happening. I don't care what society say.
That's right.
Y'all need X and a Y chromosome. Gotta have
That's
one.
right. That's right.
Already.
Listen. I want to leave you guys with a thought from matter of fact, a woman told me this one time. She said, listen, make good decisions today that will positively affect you tomorrow. And the problem is that we got a lot of people that's not making good decisions today, and it is showing, because tomorrow it doesn't look good for us, right? So we got to get back on the ball and make better decisions, and it starts today, not tomorrow, right? Make them today so it can make the change for tomorrow, right? So we talked about that, and I just want to say I appreciate you fellas for being here. We do have a voice, and we're not scared to use it. And all I'm saying, next week I am bringing my videos back because they got mad at me. But listen, that's Black, that's Martin, that's Kendrick. Man, we'll see y'all Monday. We out.